himself in Shatawale?
CK, I always demand hashtag my own business.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the answer, CK. I hope that's satisfactory enough for you. Anyway, so yes, we were talking about, collabos. We spoke about you and your live performances, etc. And now you have your own record label. You signed on the likes of Stonebwoy, Kofi Kinata. Tell us more about the young people you decided to bring into your fold.
Well, it's a passion. I mean, in every business you would want to give back to society. You guys call it corporate social responsibility. So I see our platform that we have and allowing people to come and show what they have as my way of giving back. Right. You might not necessarily invest financially, but you would give your platform, and then you would advocate for this person's act till the people are down with it, until they buy into it. Right. And then this person becomes an artist, and then they have to prove to everybody else that they can stand on their own. Yeah. So I did it with Stonebwoy, and then he built BIM Nation, and it's a record label now for him. Yeah. I'm doing it with Kofi Kinata right now. He has Team Move, Westside Legacy, which is eventually going to become his own thing, so that he can do his own thing. I did it with Kaki. Kaki is now Extra Large Music with JMJ.
I see, Extra Large. I see.
So we build young people for them to stand on their feet and do their own thing while we're still here, because I'm not trying to retire before I give back.
Of course, you want to still be in the game with them. Yeah, so it's not like you're competing with them, but you're also helping them grow. So I mean, we've had some big names: Stonebwoy, Kofi Kinata, Kaki. But are there some underground artists that you've picked and you're trying to nurture?
Yeah, I have a few still in the pipeline coming. I have one that's ready to bust. His name is Who's Eugene. He actually came in the studio with me, but he's always on the quiet. But the fans that know High Grade know Who's Eugene.
Yeah, does he also do dancehall?
Yeah, he does dancehall. Right. And then I have one rapper also called Scenario. So remember, you heard it here first. Scenario.
And what's the name of the first guy again? You just mentioned him.
Who's Eugene?
Who's Eugene? Yeah. And then Scenario. And then Scenario. All right.
And then we have a few other guys in the pipeline still that would, work a bit harder before I say their name on Joy FM. Right. They're all around me and we all work together. Right.
Is it something that you would also want to preach to artists, big artists like you in Ghana, that it would be a good thing if they took younger ones and tried to nurture them and teach them and put them in line?
Because you have to do it while you are up and able and in the game. Give your experience while you are experiencing it right now. Right. Instead of retiring and then trying to nurture an act that's probably 30 years younger than you, who is working with different work environments and different technological advancements than you might have done years back. Right. So you come across would you say that being in the business and doing it now, your experiences help you to be a better mentor? Yep. And these young people also help me to sharpen my craft. It's like
it's like you teach you, you teach them, they teach you.
If you're a coach and you like to be on the field doing the workouts and the physicals, what you gain from it is that you're a tough and you're strong regular guy when you're not coaching. Right. So that's me. I'm up to the task, because these guys will come with young and hard punchlines, and they will have you thinking harder to be heard lately. Right. And then they will show you what the social media is doing now. They will show you what technology is doing now just by interacting with them. Right. Before you know, one is like, this new app, big man, this one does this, that, and then it cuts off all of these steps. Right. I'm like, word. It's like, bring your phone, let me download that app. Boom, bang, and it's going down. Right. And then what you are showing him also is that, all right, you're now an artist. Watch how you conduct yourself in public. Don't put out pictures you will regret later. Do this, do that. Learn how to speak to people. Respect people around you. Respect the industry people, because the industry is one thing and you are the other. And the moment they have a problem with you, they are a collective force that can make or break you, regardless of how talented you are. Yeah. So that's what I, impact on these young people that come around you. Okay. Because one thing is the talent. One thing is getting everybody behind you to go. Right. Another thing is you disappointing everybody by just not behaving right. Right. So the self-conduct is what I like to just pump into.
Self-conduct is key. So let's go there a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about your personal life. Your family, do you have kids? You're married, that kind of thing. We want to know.
Well, currently, I have kids. And
how many kids do you have?
I am still counting. I don't like to give my number till I'm done.
So, but okay. So you have several kids, but how many baby mamas you have?
I don't call them baby mamas.
You call them what?
Anybody that would have a child for me would be a woman that deserves a much more stronger title than a baby mama. So
okay, I mean, you probably have to give us a name for that.
I have to think, but I find it hard to refer to them as baby mothers.
Okay.
I would rather maybe say a longer sentence as the mother of my child.
Okay. All right. It's still English being played around, so let me replay my English.
Baby mama is abused in hip-hop.
Okay, they may abuse it in hip-hop, so let's talk about it in Ghanaian terms.
And these kids grow and they're not babies anymore.
I know, right? Okay, let's put it in Ghanaian terms. So how many mothers have your children? If that's the kind of English you want me to put.
I have quite a number of kids with a few respectable ladies.
Okay, like how many of them?
I don't like to give numbers and specifics.
Can you count like 5?
No.
Oh, but you're counting your arithmetic.
That's a good clue. It's not up to the number of my fingers yet.
It's not up to 5.
It's
so will it be up to like 3?
Of my fingers yet. It's a good clue.
3 is a good number.
I wouldn't say.
4.
I wouldn't confirm.
Oh, but I mean, 4 is a nice number.
It is.
Yeah.
4 is a nice number. That's 2 times 2.
Yeah. You know your arithmetic. So maybe 3?
It could be. You just might never know.
So we possibly would walk around.
Once I've not exhausted my 5 fingers, I think I am still.
Okay, so we are within 1 and 4. Okay, no, between 1 and 4. No, between 1 and 5. Okay, between 1 and 5. Let's move on. I'd like to also go back a few steps because you're talking about mentoring.
But I am married.
Okay, which is a good one. So with your married wife, how many kids do you have? 4. Brilliant. Okay, that's nice. All right. Now, let's look at you trying to mentor these young people. Yeah, you've had a few of them in your camp. Do you think that your way of life would also, impact on what they do? Because then, at least these young people shouldn't be able to take out the leaf out of your book that says, okay, I have X number of kids and I have X number of women that have children. It's all about morality. That's what I'm trying to get to.
And then being responsible
because then if you're trying to live a life that you think that the kids, or I won't call them kids, the young people would emulate, you probably also want to look at yours and make sure that it's all right that
if you'd want to make a typical or a serious example, I know a huge icon who during his days had a lot of children, and today all of his children, if I'm right, are successful because of the brand he left behind.
Okay.
So sometimes you never know who's coming and what they're coming to do, and I would not stop my signee from having children, or from having definitely from having a family. And I would not tell my signees to look at what I'm doing and emulate.
Right.
I have a story behind how and why I have multiple individuals with some of my children, and then I also have a lot with one person.
Right.
There's stories behind how I ended up at 35 with these number of children, but I make sure I represent as their father. But I would advise a young guy coming up to be more responsible, more focused, and be more control yourself a bit more, so that you would not end up having to explain yourself so much like I have to do.
Yeah, it's a good way to explain yourself.
I hit the road at 19, and by 22 I had my first child.
Holy baloney!
And between 22 and 30 I had a few.
Right.
And then so you can imagine a boy at 24, already a star, doing everything, driving your own car, riding around the place, unruly, having multiple girlfriends and hiding it from everybody, and getting to do that because you could at that time, and then facing the consequences later on.
Right.
I would not advise a young guy to necessarily go down the path I went, because there's a lot of consequences with having multiple relationships and not being straightforward about them.
Right. But like they say, hey, do not judge me until you've walked 2 moons in my moccasins. So we'll definitely leave it there. Yes. There's another one here I wanted to find out from you. Of course, you've received several awards from Ghana, across the West Coast, internationally, just name it. Best African Act, 2006 Mobile Awards, etc. I mean, out of all these awards that you have won over the years, which one means so much to you?
I think it's the mobile.
The mobile.
Yeah, these days people are fond of saying, I was the first one to, and I was the first one to. So I think since my plaque is still the one and only mobile plaque that's still on the soil of Ghana.
You still claim it, right? You still claim it. Okay, sweet. Well, it's almost 28 minutes to midday. We'll go on a quick break. We'll come back with our Lifestyle Cafe, proudly brought to you by Malta Guinness, and we'll also come back and talk a little bit about beefs. Stay right there. We're coming right back.